Sorry again that I wasn't able to stream last week. I wasn't feeling too great. But we're back today. I'd also like to mention before I go too much farther with the stream and before I forget, that from the 27th to the 7th, I more than likely will not be streaming. And if I do, it will definitely not be the games I've been playing. Because I'll be out of town for those days. So I should be back after the 7th though with my regular streaming schedule, so yeah. Hey Vanilla, I have not. I've just recently gotten back into the game after being very sick. Feeling much better though, so I can get into the Christmas quests and back into the story. Because I remember what happened last time. The Sin Eaters attacked pretty much all of Lakeland, and there were many casualties. And Yulmore had to frickin' salt the wound afterwards. So I have a feeling that Yulmore will be our next target, but we'll see. I'm going to assume the Christmas event is taking place in Gridania. Oh, I don't have a quick way to get back to Gridania, or to the main area. Okay, this is going to take me to the Crystarium. Same place as the Halloween event? Wonderful. Actually, I do have some Vesper Bay tickets, so that can at least get me there. Without costing a fortune. Alright, cool. Thank you, Vanilla. It's snowing. How wonderful. And it goes south. Oh no, we need to go to Old Gridania, so now we need to go north. I could go this way. Look, it's been a while. I need to remember the very basics of everything. Heck, even in the best of times, I don't properly use the crystals as I should. Is this a surprise anymore? Come on now. I'll say, hey now, I'm doing alright. How are you doing? Hello, Garanji. Garanji? Garanje? Garanji. Hi, we three Kinder Punch? What am I getting? Ballroom etiquette, local libations, an illustrated manual on how to take the perfect sip of piping. I'm gonna go pipping hot punch. Yeah. Learn the Gridanian sip, Uldan sip, Minson sip, Gridanian gulp, sorry, Uldan gulp, and the Minson gulp. Thing is, I'm all for hot tea, hot cocoa, I don't know if I want a hot punch. I'll accept, though. Winter break, woo? Nice. I still work. I'll be working up till the 27th. Shent, what a pleasure it is to see you again in this most festive of seasons. Allow me to reiterate my thanks for your contribution to Starlight's past. Inspired by an oldish Guardian tale, the Starlight celebration is about granting the wishes of children. This year we're bringing back the festive market that offers joy and merriment to young and old alike, the Starlight Stalls. I wonder if they're actually celebrating anything similar in Ishgard. The first time around, the Carline Canopy supplied us with Kinder's Punch. A kind of mulled punch, which we provide to guests. Okay, so it's more of a mulled wine, kinda, except it's punch. Okay, fine. It proved tremendously popular, so we're planning to provide it again. With a twist. Alas, with all the celebrants being busy attending to preparations at the stalls, we haven't been able to work on said twist. If you're not otherwise occupied, might you be willing to lend us a hand? Of course. Have any plans for your winter break now? I'm truly grateful. Without further ado, please join me at the Carline Canopy stall at the market. There I shall explain the particulars to you. When you're ready, the guide yonder will be glad to escort you through. I shall see you anon. Yep. Alright, hello. So you're the adventurer who has agreed to help us. If you would follow me, I shall guide you to the Starlight Stalls. Alright, Santa. Oh, nice. I don't know if it's much different from last year's, though. Not gonna lie, I can't really remember last year's that well, so I don't know if this is just a copy and paste of the last one. Well, no, I don't think it necessarily was, because before we were still in, like, the building and helping of the setting up phase of everything. So I think this is actually probably better than last year's, right? Those look nice. My thanks again for assisting us. I've asked Mune to join me in explaining our punch plans. She should be along any moment now. Ah, so you're the adventurer who's been roped in to help. Hello? An excellent choice, given the fine work you did distributing the punch last festival. It was a favorite among attendees, and the mugs had the desired effect of promoting the Carline Canopy. When I mentioned this to my guide counterparts in the other city-states, they were keen to have their homes represented on the mugs as well, and so we had these beauties made. Oh no, I want them. Oh no, I want them now. Please tell me they're being sold in the shop. Like an actual mug like this, because I want one. Or at the very least, now I have to check Etsy to see if anyone might be selling something similar, because these are cute. I want one. No, I mean an actual cup like this, an IRL cup. Because I want mugs like this, and I would collect them all. Yeah. They're super cute. I like them. The Ildaw one and the Limsa one. I want them. They bear local vistas and motifs, such as the galleon of the Minsa and the cactuar of Ulda, with seasonal flourishes worked in for the festive touch. Since we have now 3 lovely monks, we thought it would be fitting to serve up 3 varieties of the Kinder Punch. Ooh, okay. In Gridania, punch is traditionally made by simmering the juice of locally grown apples with blood currant, cinnamon, and various herbs. So it's a cider. It's an apple cider. For the Limson and the Ildon varieties, I'm keen on to incorporate ingredients found in their respective locales, but I haven't been able to decide on what. And therein lies our request. Hello, can we get mulled punch, please? Oh, there's the kids from last year, too. Whoa, new mug designs! Are the pictures of other cities? I wonder what they're like. Young Jolton. The punch isn't ready yet, but it shouldn't be long now. We're currently preparing 2 new varieties, you see, using ingredients from the cities shown on these mugs. Like the bird, the seagulls. It does me well to see the younglings' curiosity for faraway lands. Further motivates me to serve up Kinder Punch that will not disappoint, which brings me back to the task we have for you. We ask you to investigate what ingredients we should use to create punch that best captures each nation. Gridania's market attracts many visitors from the realm over, and adventurers such as yourself should have no trouble identifying suitable individuals and coaxing out the relevant information. You got it. No worries. Your confidence is most assuring. I shall apprise the other celebrants of the situation and then return to Miketo's amphitheater. I look forward to your findings. Give me just a second. Okay. Speak with visitors to Gridania near the markets. Okay. Yes. Hello, hello. You wish to make a drink that represents Ulda? Tea would be a good place to start. We Uldans can't get through the day without a good strong brew. It's served up anywhere you can get a feed. Doesn't matter if it's a slap-up meal or just a sweet treat. I've heard tell that the Sultana takes hers with generous helpings of butter and honey. Aside from tea, Thanlin has specialties like vanilla, cloves, black pepper, and pearl ginger. The finest stuff can cost as much as gemstones. Goodness. What's that? Ingredients that are strictly Uldan? Well, most of my countrymen would say nopal and spices, but that would be selling our cuisine short. For dining should be an adventure. The thrill of the unknown, the triumph of audacity. A dish should have all the drama of a championship bout at the Colosseum. Oh yes, such an experience may be a little stimulating for children, but we grown-ups can appreciate a little excitement, wouldn't you agree? Oh, thank you, ma'am. Thank you, miss. Oh, bye. I look at my reaction, I was like, wait, what? Really? Adventure to drink, huh? Oh, Limson chef, specifically. You want to make punch with a Limson twist. Then you'll want to use plenty of Limnosian oranges, Lowland grapes, and lemons. Limnosian citrus is renowned far and wide. It's featured heavily in Limnosian cuisine ever since sailors started using it to ward off scurvy, and I always ensure that our restaurant has ample stock. Citrus. Got it. I'm in charge of procurement at the Bismarck, you see. And if you're after quality citrus, I'd be glad to introduce you to our suppliers. Oh, thank you. That helps quite a bit. Wonderful. Meh. I'll run. I don't mind. I'll enjoy the snow. Yo. Welcome back, Shent. Were you able to learn anything promising? I have. Oh, those ingredients seem representative of Limsa Limensa and Ulda indeed. We celebrants should be able to procure the items, so pray leave it to us. Once the Kinder Punch has been prepared, we would be pleased if you would do the honors and serve it. When it is time, please present yourself to my colleague at the Starlight Stalls. And if you happen to have a moment now, might I trouble you to speak with the little ones from earlier? I'm hoping that you could learn which city holds the greatest interest for each of them. In so doing, you would be able to recommend varieties of punch that would be the most meaningful. Alright. Yes. Like to go to the stalls. Hey kid, what kind of drink would you like? The punch is almost ready. I can't wait to have some. What do I like to eat? Fruits. We have apples and berries here in the wood, but I'd love to try fruits from other places too. Alright, so you'd like the Limson. Got it. Jolten. Oh, you're the adventure from before. The mold punch is almost ready. Hooray! What kind would you like? I want to learn about all new places, so it's hard to decide on a punch. There's no ocean in Gridania, so it's my dream to go sailing everywhere on a big ship. So Limson, got it. And the quiet girl. You kid? They're giving out hot drinks? That sounds great. I'm visiting my mom. It's my first time in Gridania, so I guess I want to learn more about everything here. So no one wants the old Dawn Punch. Or tea, I guess. Ah, excellent timing. We've received the last of the ingredients and are now brewing a new variety, the new varieties of Kinder Punch. We expect a throng of children will descend upon us as soon as we begin serving. Are you ready to attend them? I'm ready. The following event cannot be skipped. You may wish to cancel any pending Duty Finder registrations. Serve the punch, yes. I'm gonna keep my eyes on this one. Yo. A friend of mine used to live in Ul'dah, and he tells me stories about it. I've always wanted to know what it's like there. If he has something like that, it's the Ul'dah punch. I want those cups IRL so bad. Wow, this is really good. Like a sweet tea with spices. Is this what Ul'dah smells like, I wonder? I'm gonna get my friend to come too. Also, just in general, I'm gonna keep my eyes open. I'd love to see what fruits from other places taste like. Do you have a punch that's made with them? You want the little Minson punch. Oh, it's sour, but sweet. I love it. I had no idea they grow so many kinds of citrus in Lenoskia. But... You here for the punch too? Come on, let's go up together. Alright. I heard there's a place called the Colosseum where gladiators fight each other. I want a punch that'll make me feel like I'm there. Okay. Then you want the Ul'dah punch. Here you go, kid. Hello again. I've never had mold punch before. I'm not sure which one I should try. If she's never had it, have the Gridanian. Oh, and the Gridanian cup! Oh, I like that too, actually, with the little Moogle and the trees. Oh! So the Colosseum is in Ul'dah? I'd love to see a fight there one day, but right now there's a fight in my own mouth. Whew, the spices of this punch sure pack a punch. Thank you. I love the apple flavor, and the mug is beautiful too. Oh, I hope I can meet some Moogles while I'm in Gridania. Good for you, kids. I chose correctly. Okay, now he's gonna come over and ask. Oh, no, he's not? He doesn't want anything? Okay. Yo. What to choose? I suppose I'd like a punch that makes me feel like I'm sailing somewhere far away. Leminson. Oh, and the blue chocobo! I love that color blue, too. I love the icy blue. Ah! Wow, what a great blend of flavors. And I just love the design on the mug. It's ships like this that connect the whole world. Thank you, mister. I've had a lot of fun. No worries, kid. Thank you. Oh, hello. Seems the children really enjoyed their punch. You did well indeed with your selections. But From here on, we celebrants will tend to the punch distribution with your fine example as a guide. You need only report back to Garanji, and she will be eager to know how we fare. I think we fare alright. Pardon me, my goodness. I've just finished putting out a few proverbial fires at the guild, so I thought I'd come by and see how you're getting on. The more the merrier, as I always say, and if you're here, my friend, I assume that the Kinder Punch has been handed out to the little ones as planned. Yep, it all worked out. They all seem to like it a lot. We are truly in your debt. With your help, we have not only brought the children festive cheer, but also expanded their horizons. Of course, they're all more than welcome to return and try the other types of punch. The longer they enjoy themselves at the stalls, the better. Whoop. There you are, adventurer. I wanted to thank you again, and Miss Granji, and Mion too. It was absolutely our pleasure. If you enjoyed the punch, then nothing would please us more. When I grow up, I want to be someone who knows lots about the world like you, mister. And I'll go and see what's out there for myself and tell everyone all about it. And I want to tell everyone about Gridania too. The Starlight Stalls have reminded me just how much I love it here. That is a wonderful wish, and I have no doubt that the spinner herself has heard it. When the time comes, it'll be my pleasure to register you as an adventurer, young man, and I'll look forward to hearing your tales of courage and high adventure. That goes for you as well, of course. Yeah. You wouldn't believe half my stories. It seems you've truly inspired young Joltain, and should you still have time to spare, you could potentially inspire even more souls by helping us serve up more Kinder Punch. We'd also be glad if you simply enjoyed the festivities hereon. It's entirely up to you. While the celebration continues, our guide will be pleased to show you to the stalls. My thanks again, Shint, and happy Starlight. Vendors at Starlight Stalls now open for business. You can speak to the Saturnine Starlight Celebrant at the Starlight Stalls if you wish to help serve more Kinder Punch. In so doing, you may well encounter some familiar faces. I can do that, I suppose. Oh, I can buy various dyes. Ah. What do you have? Small talk? Merchants from all over Gridania are represented here at the Starlight Stalls. Oh. Starlight Tower Mug. Oh. I have nowhere to put these. I've cleared out inventory space just so I can fill it up with more things that I can't. Fine. I want it. I don't care. Did I already have one? Oh, I already had some from last year's. Oops. Well, that's fine. That's fine. Are there any other vendors? I don't want to miss out on anything. Also, I can just take a look around the festival, too. Do sample the new kinds of Kinder Punch at the stalls. Flower vendor. Oh, basketball, sunflower, gardenia bouquet. A sumptuous dimension castle vase? A vase of colorful flowers just as described in the pages of an ancient tome. Take one. An imposing dimension castle vase. I'll take that as well, why not? Again, even though I have no place to put those, I'll take it. Ha 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 ha. Let's sort this stuff. This is fine. We're fine. Oh, reindeer. Witness Blitz's spectacular illusions. Wow. Oh. Very neat. Yeah, whoa! So sparkly. Alright. Doesn't look like there's any other vendors. I'm glad I saw the flower one, though. Alright. Let's see which kind of familiar faces we can see. Ah, you're packed. The people can't get enough of your punch. It's all I can do to keep mugs filled. I could use your help with the serving again if you're willing. I should mention that a curious lady came by earlier. She spoke passionately about the spirit of culinary adventure before gifting us an array of unusual ingredients. Though I was skeptical at first, quite a few guests have enjoyed them in their beverages as an accent. So if you have the urge... add a little something extra when you serve up a mug. I leave it at your discretion. I would just be glad for the break. Yeah, okay. You bring the pots of punch to a gentle simmer. The enticing aroma attracts someone to the stall. Oh, who could it be? Alright. Owner of the Carline Canopy. Just gonna keep my eyes open. I thought I smelled a lovely aroma. I've already sampled the new varieties, so I may as well have a mug of Gardanian punch. It would be interesting to see how yours compares to the Canopy's house blend. Gardanian punch with chanterelle mushroom. Is that grated chanterelle? Interesting. These fragrant mushrooms are sought after for culinary and medicinal purposes, but I never imagined tasting it in a sweet drink. Well, it might require a more mature palate. There's a depth to this punch that's quite enjoyable. I'd be happy to have it again. Well, I should return to my duties. When you have a spare moment of your own, do come and relax at the canopy. Yeah, I'm gonna keep serving the punch. Proprietor of the Drowned Wench. Hey! Couldn't help but come see elements and mugs being used, and suffice it to say, I'd be much obliged for some punch, too. Sweet Tooth Laments and Chocolate Punch. Bugger me, that's sweeter than a siren's kiss. You put chocolate in here, did you? And a whole bleeding sack of sugar, too, by the taste of it. Still, there's folks as like something a little unusual, and you'd be surprised how many sea dogs have a sweet tooth, what with sugar being used to preserve food on voyages. Aye, I reckon you might be onto something here. Any road, I'd best be on my way. Thanks for the hospitality. Next time you're in Nimsa, stop by the wench and I'll return the gesture. Proprietress of the Quicksand. Hi, Mumady. Mune invited me to Gridania for the Starlight Celebration, and I couldn't say no. Might I trouble you for a mug of Uldan Punch? Uldan Punch with an opal pulp? Well now, what a delicious drink. You've added an opal. Cactus flesh. Unless I'm mistaken. Plenty of folk enjoy opal roasted in savory dishes, but it works surprisingly well with sweet flavors too. I might have to try adding it to our menu. Thank you kindly. Whenever you're in Ulda, be sure to stop by at the Quicksand. Thanks, Mumady. Should I also give them the standard punch just to see what they have to say? No. Also, should I be doing one of the seed seers? Should I be doing this more than once, since we could get different seed seers? Yo. Rhea Osina. Do I know you? I don't think I've talked to her before, right? Eh. Mold punch for the guests? What a delightful idea. Least you wonder, my sister Canny is busy, as is her wont. So I am attending the festivities in her stead. I shall have a Gridanian punch if you would be so kind. Moogle Palm Surprise Gridanian Punch. Did you say Moogle Palm? No. So it's simply a confection made to resemble a palm. That is certainly a relief, and for my companions especially. Without further ado then, I shall give it a taste. Well now, this is perfectly delicious. Just try not to frighten the children over much, do you hear? Bye. Glad you liked it. Lord Commander of the Temple Knights. Okay, nice, Aimric. It looks very, very cozy, very toasty with the sweater, especially. What a pleasant surprise to find you here, Shent. 'Tis a great joy to spread cheer to the children during the starlight season, though I must confess this little helper finds himself in need of refreshment. Might I ask for a mug of local Gridanian punch? Gridanian punch with a generous dash of birch syrup. Well now, while this punch tastes quintessentially Gridanian, there is no mistake the Ishgardian accent. Might this be an acknowledgement of the Starlight celebration's origins? Yet regardless of the intent, the generous amount of birch syrup is a wonderful touch, and during this most special of seasons, I shall allow myself the indulgence. My thanks for the fine drink and company both. By your leave, I shall return to my duties. Many children yet await their Starlight gifts, and 'twould not do to keep them. Bye. Have a good one. Now for the final person. Which I think is going to be Manderville, right? Representative of the East Aldernaut Trade Company. It's going to be Manderville, right? Because he was already wondering. Oh, it's not! Oh, it's East Aldernaut. I'm dumb. It's Hancock. Oh my, if it isn't Shent. Having concluded some business discussions nearby, I thought to drop by the festivities. What a pleasant surprise to find your esteemed self manning a stand. So, if I were caught up with the expansions, would I find various other people from those expansions in this then? That's what I'm kind of getting from this. And that's actually kind of cool. Or is this everyone? You're serving punch to guests, it would seem. And far be it from me to turn it down. I should like a mug of the Old Dawn variety, if you'd be so kind. Namazu Whisker Delight, Old Dawn Punch, then. Beg your pardon, did you say Namazu Whisker? Come now, that is surely a jest. I assume you are referring to some manner of ingredient that appears as a whisker. A strand of spice, mayhap. Have some and see. Goodness me, that is certainly distinctive. When seeking to introduce a new specialty, I suppose uniqueness is a way to pierce a crowded market. Well, the drink has had quite an invigorating effect, so if you'll excuse me, I shall continue to peruse the stalls. Farewell. Okay, then. And now, after being here in this wonderful, a heartfelt Starlight celebration that brings happiness and cheer to everyone, it's time to go back to depression. Back to the Crystarium. Yay! Okay. Just the music. Where do I go? I go outside here, not down. If I were stronger, how many people would still be alive? Thancred? Headgear coffer, the best way out. Thancred seems keen to quit the infirmary. Oh, this is not where I thought we'd be going to. I thought we'd be going to Gilmore first, but no, looks like we're going back to the desert. If you're ready, why not go on ahead to the Ocular? You can keep the XIV company while I fetch Alphino. Don't worry, I mean to borrow the swiftest tomorrow I can find. We shouldn't keep you long. Be sure to pass on that message, eh? Alright, thank you. Show me to the Exarch. Exarch? Welcome, my friend. Tales of your heroism on the battlefield precedes you, though I confess I found them more gladdening than surprising. I hear no few of our people have you to thank for plucking them from the jaws of death. Would that they had not needed saving to begin with, but the responsibility for that lies with me. One of our soldiers said that. Thank you. Rest assured that I fully intend to continue our work. I will not shrink from what must be done, now least of all. Though I mourn the loss, I will not lose myself to grief. Even should regret be my constant companion, I will follow the path I have chosen to its end. We have some time before the others arrive, if you'd like to talk. And if I were to confess any doubts I might harbor, no one need ever know. No. I believe you have enough burdens without my adding to them. Nevertheless, thank you. No worries.
My friends, with your aid, we have weathered a brutal assault.
Here he be.
Sorry I'm late, though I would not have been had anyone thought to notify me in advance.
How are we gonna notify you? I don't even know how to contact you.
It was only with your aid that we weathered this assault. Without it, the Crystarium and all who dwell here would now be gone.
For each we saved, another perished. If there is anything else we can do to help, anything at all, you need only ask. This is our home too, and we want nothing more than to keep it safe.
Thank you. We are blessed to have you with us. As for the attack itself, Vorthri may call it divine retribution, but Sin Eaters are creatures of instinct. A coordinated assault is unprecedented. Moreover, in the absence of a Light Warden, there should have been no compulsion for lesser Sin Eaters to congregate here en masse. All of which points to a single, unavoidable conclusion.
That these minions of light answer to a higher power. He who did claim kinship with them, who did boast of control, not in idleness, 'twould seem, but in earnest. Lord Vorthri.
Indeed. What I mistook for bluster was in fact the truth. The Sin Eaters are his to command. But if he imagines this show of force will convince us to bend the knee, he is sorely mistaken.
I take it your meeting in Yulmore did not end well.
You could say that, yes. But I am wiser for the experience nevertheless. It appears he has mastered a technique which allows him to enslave the minds of others. A fact I discovered when he attempted to use it on me.
That would go some way towards explaining the peculiar reverence afforded him by his subjects.
True.
There may feasibly be a handful of true believers among them, I suppose. But it would not surprise me if the vast majority were in his thrall.
Had I not anticipated his treachery, I might well have joined them. But seeing his invitation for what it was, I sent a glamour in my stead. I rather doubt such tricks will avail me a second time, however.
Did you have any luck tracking down the Light Warden in Calusia?
Sadly, I have nothing to report on that front. What of Armorang?
After a fruitless few days scouring ruins, I resorted to asking the locals. While no one I spoke to had seen any sign of the Warden, I did uncover a possible lead. An abandoned mine in western Armorang. From what the Warden told me, it would be a perfect place to stay out of sight. Of course, I could never hope to explore such a labyrinth quickly or safely on my own, so I returned here.
Smart.
Even should we all join in the endeavor, an exhaustive search could take weeks, and with no guarantee of finding anything.
The Wardens harbor vast reservoirs of primordial light, do they not? Far beyond anything found in lesser sin-eaters. And isn't it true that the Oracle could see the light of a sin-eater from miles away? Surely a Warden would seem like a blazing beacon by comparison. To the real Oracle of Light, I mean. The real Menphilia. If we travel to Armorang, to the south where she halted the flood, I could summon her back. What do you think?
Don't.
Don't what? Do what I can. What we both know is right.
Do not presume to know my mind. You have no idea what you're proposing.
But I do! I know why you never said anything. Because you thought you could keep me safe by keeping me in the dark. And maybe I thought so too. But I knew, Thancred. I always knew.
Oh, I see. I thought you were a rather underwhelming reincarnation. But it all makes sense now. The Oracle lies dormant within you, doesn't she? But to draw on her true power, you must become one, both body and soul. To wit, one being must consume the other. Who shall be the lucky winner?
This doesn't concern you, Ascian.
But it plainly concerns you. Which is why your heart is ready to burst out of your chest. Despite the raging tempest in your bosom, however, you have never once opened up to your young charge. Now, why would that be? Love. Well, I for one think it's a marvelous idea. Certainly more promising than any of your other suggestions. So, it's off to Armorang we go.
I'll meet you at the gates.
Oh boy. I this is the course you have agreed on, I will not object, though I'm afraid it will be difficult for us to spare any of the guard to accompany you. Don't worry about that. I can but promise you that you will be well looked after upon your return. Just see to it that you do return, alright? Will do. I can imagine what Thancred must be feeling to behave this way. To say he's changed since coming here would be an understatement. He may as well be a different person. He reminds me of... Father. He argued with us for months about our plans to go to Eorzea, but in the end he accepted our decision. I do hope he's doing well. If I had only been able to locate Kalusha's Light Warden, it might not have come to this. Minfilia demonstrated impressive resolve just now. Seems that she understands what must be done. I do wonder if she is truly prepared to make the choice. Should she falter, it will fall to Thancred to guide her, however much he wishes it were otherwise. Though Thancred hath long known whither this path doth lead, his journey hath brought him no closer to acceptance. Will you never grow tired of shuffling your feet? If you have something to ask me, ask! Tell me about Zodiark. As I told you before, Zodiark is the creation of my people, the first people. We summoned him, as you might summon a primal, albeit an infinitely more powerful one. And like one of your primals, he tempered us. It was only natural. There's no resisting such power. And so we Ascians came to exist solely to bring about the rule of darkness. His darkness. Of course, some would call us evil for it, and they would be fools. Though that is only to be expected given their innate inability to conceive of the nature of our universe. But I believe I am repeating myself. You do not trust me to speak honestly. Do you hope to catch me in a lie? Really? I have no need of deception, and even if I did, I assure you, you'd find it quite indistinguishable from the truth. Damn! Okay. Hey, Minfilia. I'm sorry to be so insistent, but I know this is the only way. If you're willing to give me a chance, come with us. Sorry for the wait. I'm ready now. There has to be another way. Look, no matter what happens to me, I'm sure that I don't want to go back to being who I was. I want to be stronger. Strong enough to face my destiny. And I want to believe that I can play a part in saving this world. I hope you can find it in yourself to believe it too. When you put it that way, how can we not? It is your decision to make. Just be sure that you are prepared when the time comes. If all are assembled, shall we depart? We'll follow your lead. What route would you have us take? About that. There's something I neglected to mention. Oh, is there? I saw an Yomoran airship come into land over Almarang while I was on my way back to the Crystarium. No doubt the same vessel that bore Vatri's forces to Raktika. Meaning we can expect to encounter armed resistance on our journey through the region. Right. Now, Abatharang lies in the southern reaches of Almarang, and there are 2 routes we can take to get there. The first is the eastern route, which would lead us past Morso. The other is the western route, which would require us to pass through the hills of Amber. Memphilia and I took the eastern route last time. Yes, that's the more well-trodden path. It also makes for easier traversal of the Nabas Severance. But we can't use it. If we did, we'd need to cross the Severance from a point nearby the inn at the journey's head. If the Yomorans caught wind of our approach, it would very well bring them into contact with the inn and its patients, and we can be sure their activities would not meet with Vothri's approval. It will make the journey more arduous, but I believe it would be safer to take the western route. Which brings me to my proposition. While you make for the hills of Amber in the west, I will draw the Yomorans' attention elsewhere, to an area in the east that I know to be uninhabited. That way we'll have a chance at reaching Amatharon unopposed and without risk to civilians. I cannot deny that it's a sound plan, but nor can I allow you to go alone. My skills will make your task at least somewhat easier, will they not? I will accompany you as well. It will afford us a chance to have a proper conversation. And if I go with the others, I'm likely to say something Thancred will regret. He stole him, my gosh. Well, then we'll leave the work of distracting Vothri's forces to you. The rest of us will take the western route and try to avoid attracting attention. With that in mind, I think it best that we follow the road from the bridges. We'll move faster with a solid path under our feet. We'll borrow a few Amara for our journey. I'll leave the rest to you, Memphilia. Thank you. I'll try not to disappoint. Would that we all had the surety of purpose. We'll need to move quickly. The longer the others need to keep the Amorans busy, the more likely they are to be caught. There you are. The gate leading to Amaron is just up ahead. In all the time I've been here, I've never ventured into the hills of Amber. Not that I'm particularly intimidated by new lands at this point, but we have more than enough reason to be cautious as it is. Keep an eye on Memphilia for me, would you? I will, Thancred. First, I want to see what's over here. Experience by uncovering new things, so you know what? I'll take it. The Isle of Ken. I will say, we have made it to the point where there's both day and night, right? We haven't just swapped one for the other, have we? Where now it's gonna be everlasting darkness instead of everlasting light. To the point where now crops that need the sun and the light in order to grow will not be able to grow anymore. Right? I'm not overthinking this, am I? Because this is supposed to mean that it's like, oh no, it's 5:52 local time. No, it's the time right now. What's the time in game? This is the time in game, right? And that means it's daytime, right? Now I have a new worry, goddammit. Shoot. It should be fine. It should be fine, right? let's go. Amarong lies just beyond the gate. We need only speak to the sentry. Who shall walk among us upon our return, I wonder? Off so soon, Master Abeder? You barely had time to recover from the battle. Well, if you're certain, I'm hardly in a position to question you.
Take comfort in the bonds you share. Accept the pain when the time comes to part. Press on, for joy and sorrow walk hand in hand. Beyond Mount Garik lie the hills of Amber, beneath which run hidden veins of mineral wealth. Or ran, at least. Mayhap they are spent. Or mayhap the ringing of hammers can yet be heard below.
Oh, is this where we're gonna find the dwarves? They mentioned that there were dwarves here. And in fact, we've seen a dwarf at the inn in this area. Sound the Mr. Salazar's logic was, I fear the road less traveled hath other perils in store for us. Village so near. How convenient. This place has been scarred by the flood too. Who can say what lies ahead? But whatever else this road may be, it is mine to travel, and I don't plan to take a moment of the time I spent upon it for granted. Okay, now just in case we were gonna have to fight. New gear. Yep. Oh. Didn't realize I had new boots. That's nice. Doesn't really match the outfit that much, but we can go with it. Also, what does it look like on me? Oh, it's just a face covering, it looks like. Sure, we can have it on. Why not? Anything new? Okay, no. Thancred. Thancred is gazing with interest at the nearby village. I take it you're seeing what I'm seeing. Finding a village when we're hardly 10 paces into the hills is a surprising stroke of luck, especially given our recent fortunes. But you won't hear any complaints from me. Let's see if the folk who live here can tell us what to expect from the road ahead. Barely a town. Also, oop. Garik. Hello, Gone. More junk monger. Zun. You sell? No, you are no merchant. But then why do I know your face? Oh, I remember. You spent Volbert gold. Such a coin purse cracking. You're already a legend among more traders. You're a traveling merchant, then. Can you tell us anything of this village? Of course, anything for valued customers. This place is Garik. Before the flood, it was home to many miners. After, not so many. Now, none. So Master Gangen borrowed the village, made it into a trading post. Very convenient location. In which case, you all must be familiar with the local roads, correct? We're on our way to Nabath Orang ourselves. If we continue south from here, will we have any difficulties reaching it? Oh yes, great difficulty. The flood rent the stone, crashed the mines surrounding Nabath Orang. Only steep cliffs and collapsed tunnels remain. Oh no. But surely there must be some way. Do you think any of the other Mord might have some sort of hidden route? Perhaps. You ask, they tell. Tell for free even, to friends of best customer. Wonderful. Thank you for your help. Well then, best customer, let's see what information your reputation buys us. Perhaps we ought to inquire upon the manner of Yomoran forces in the region as well. True, they might be closer than we think. If we're not lucky enough to encounter anyone who knows a route to Nabath Orang here, perhaps they can at least point us in the direction of others who might. True. I've got it. I'll lead by asking how business is, then mention you, and then ask about the route. That should work, right? Maybe. Hey, Gongon. Nabath Orang airship is best. Nothing is faster than an airship. The Amorans have one, I hear. You can ask them to take you. No, can't do that, though it seems somewhat superfluous to do so. You dutifully make note of Gongon's words. Yeah. Oh gosh. There's someone behind a house. Is that why I can't immediately notice? Talk to the one I do see. Real. You wish to go to Nabath Orang? There was a way once. A gondola down by the cliffs. But it was built for those who had left something behind that they wished to retrieve. Now there is nothing left, and no one use it. You may search for it if you like, but I doubt that its rusted wires would bear your weight. Hastily take down a memo regarding the gondola and a spare scrap of parchment. Oh, I can go in. Ah, hello, Shulsel. Oh, what a surprise. Not many bound for Nabath Orang these days. I do know of a trolley that once went there. It used to travel between all the settlements and mines at the Hills of Amber. It is locked behind a gate. However, I assume that will have kept it from being stolen or damaged, but it also prevents it from being of much use. Take down information regarding the trolley on a wrinkled piece of parchment before stuffing it unceremoniously back into your bag. There you go. Thank you. Alright. Ah, shit. I'm afraid I've learned little of use about how to reach Nabath Orang. The Amoran presence, though, that is another matter. Apparently, though its army is definitely in Amagarong, there have been no sightings of Yomorans at all in the Hills of Amber. Perhaps we can take that as a sign that Elizay's plan has borne fruit. Do you have any luck finding us a route forward? No concerning the gondola. A bit of paper with gondola from cliffs, potential death trap scrawled upon it. No concerning the trolley. A bit of paper with hills of amber trolley behind a gate. And no consuming airships. A bit of paper with airships. Humoran presence confirmed. Scrawled upon it. So these are our options. Well, what do you think? Gate aside, the trolley seems the most feasible. It does seem to be the least risky of our options. Can't imagine one gate is enough to thwart you. I'd like to know a bit more before we dash off in search of it, though. Perhaps Zun Zun can offer some insight. Zun Zun? Make sure there's no... Ah, chest gear. Zun Zun is eyeing you with curiosity. Oh, valued customer. Were the other modes of help? Kinda, sorta. We heard of a trolley? Of a fashion. They told us of a trolley that runs to Abatharon, at least. But am I correct in thinking that there was a reason you do not do so yourself when first we asked? Yes. The gate, you see, it is impassable. Before, there was a hulking thing of stone, a talus. It opened the gate, they say, but none operate such a thing now. We don't even know if it yet exists. I do not know, but you should travel east to Mount Baron Mines. That is where the trolley controls stand. I still see miners there from time to time, if anyone knows what happened to the talus. It would be them. Thank you. You've been a huge help, or even a great help, even. We're off to Mount Baron, then. Let's hope that someone will be there to answer our questions. Bye. Is the root of this land's desolation, or mayhap the fault lies with man and his insatiable greed. What a sight. Oh, pardon me, it's a bit daunting, isn't it? Scale of the track is impressive, I'll give them that. Now we only need follow it until we come to the mines. Oh, jeez. Okay, frick you. Oh, that sucks. Eh. That's fine. Okay, we're fine. Nice. Yo, where are the other two, Thancred? Bit of a mess, isn't it? But the mechanisms for dispatching the trolley are here, just as Zunzun said. Fortunately, anyone who might know how to use them is not. We might wait for Zunzun and the mysterious miners to appear, or have a look around and see if we can't deduce anything useful in their absence. I'm in favor of the latter. Something near the entrance to the mines proper caught Yuan-Jay's eye. Meet us there if you find anything. This lever can't have been designed for a person to operate. Flecks of rust adorn the rails, but they nevertheless appear sturdy enough to bear the trolley without issue. Conspicuous cup. Cup is slightly warm, and a fair amount of tea steeped of long. The color is any indication remains within. So people hid when we came by, probably. suspicious that this must have been a passenger car. Oddly enough, though it's clearly old, it appears to be well maintained. Okay, Ashent, what hast thou discerned? See, indeed thine observations are consistent with mine own. Let us refrain from further discussion ere our comrades arrive. Ample evidence of recent maintenance and lukewarm tea besides. The levers for switching tracks looks like they were in good condition, though I couldn't move them myself. No ordinary person could, I think. It is my belief that no person is meant to. This Talos beareth more than a passing resemblance to golems of the source, nor doth it appear to be the sole example of its kind. Proliferation of Talos fragments, as well as the enormity of the mechanisms here, suggest a considerable number were once in operation. Alas, this specimen and his fellows now lie lifeless and broken. I know not how to repair them, that they might facilitate our passage through the gate. And without the aid of the Talos, even if thou wert somehow able to unbar the trolley's path, we would still have no means of repelling it. We might not know how to repair the Talos, but someone must. Otherwise, why keep everything else in working order? Whoever is maintaining cars and rails must know something that we don't. Let's ask them what it is, shall we? Shan't I do believe you'll find a person with some interest skulking in the shadows behind the warehouses on the northwest side of the tracks. While you two have a friendly chat, the rest of us will gently encourage those to the south to come out of hiding. Defend yourselves as necessary, of course, but do try to keep everyone in one piece. Off we go, then. What are you doing? Wicked White! Where did you come from? No, never mind that. You have no business here. Of that I'm sure. What are you? We won't let you. That's smarts. I feel a bit bad for them. They elected to take up arms against us, though the outcome was plain from the first. Oh, goodness. Good to hear. These two weren't much trouble either. Let's see what they have to say for themselves. Us? We're not the brigands come to take what isn't ours. Do we honestly look like we need to steal? What, some bits of iron? Don't be absurd. We're not here to rob you. A likely story. You look, well... You don't look normal, that's for certain. You don't have any wares, so you're clearly not merchants. Travelers never pass this way. The only reason you could come all the way out here is to strip the machinery for parts. Oh, Thaf, I have an idea. What if, once upon a time, a lovely lady of noble birth ventured forth in search of her lost love, joined by her two most loyal servants, sworn to follow her into the world's end. On their journey, they made a sorcerer, as ancient as time itself. Moved by the lady's devotion, he offered to be their guide, and they turned up here somehow. I can only assume that you're being intentionally obtuse, but in the unlikely event that that's a serious conjecture, no. I suppose I am a bodyguard of sort, but we have rather larger concerns than fairy tale romances. Though I would fain hear more of this ancient sorcerer and his heroic deeds. Young Jay. Gods grant me strength. If I may, we're actually searching for a means by which to travel to Nabatharong. We're hoping that the trolley here might offer a solution. I realize that we haven't gotten off on the best of starts, but if you know anything about how we might get it working again... The trolley? The trolley? You should have led with that. I've always been keen to discuss the trolley. We're both engineers in training, in fact. Jurek and Traff at your service. Technically, I'm a miner, and he does repair work, but our true passion is the trolley. We're working with a few other folks to get it up and running again. And before you ask, yes, it's true that there's little in needs of transport these days, but there's no reason to consign a miracle of mechanical innovation to dust. The mere sight of its traveling the track once again would make hearts sore. Mark my words. Okay. Yeah, no argument from us. What progress have you made thus far? Not as much as we'd like, truth be told. Well, if there's anything we can do to assist you, we could gather materials or help put pieces together. It's a sight more complicated than that, I'm afraid. If you spoke with Magnus, you'd understand. He's the only one with full knowledge of the trolley's operation. I suppose you could speak with him, if you like. We'll introduce you. Sounds good to me. Very well. Our options are limited, and if this Magnus can explain whatever is preventing the trolley from being restored, I'd like to hear it. Right. Looks like you'll be following us back to Twine, then. Alright, let's go to Twine. And I got a chess piece now, too. Yay! Let's see what it looks like. Let's see what it looks like. I have better stuff on right now. Never mind. Oh, wait, no, I haven't opened it. I'm dumb. Wow, why is it there? What? What? Oh. Oh my. Okay. That is fair. Okay, so I need to sell my stuff. Got it. Or at least throw it in a chest if I like the look of it. To be honest, I'm impressed that you thought of the trolley to begin with. So few seems to these days. Too used to living without it, I suppose. Come to think of it, Yonjay always was fond of fairy tales. Doth thou seek the source's wisdom, young one? Quest for a lost love. Perhaps that could have been me. Had things been different. Oh, Ophelia. The half is ready to guide you to Twine, where you might meet the mysterious Magnus. If you're ready, we can leave right now. Though, you haven't seen another fellow around here, have you? I thought he'd have come out by now. Oh, I kinda beat him up pretty badly. You think you'll be alright? That's, well, I suppose we did force your hand a bit. I'll have a look just in case. You go on ahead, Thaf. Alright, looks like it'll just be you and me then. Try not to let anything take a bite out of you on the way to the rail yard. Try not to. We'll catch up with you in Twine. Thanks. Sorry. Is there anything over here? Close to here? No, just to the south. I want the new chest piece, so I'm at least gonna get rid of something. Oh yeah, this isn't anything I can wear at all anyway. Discard it. Yeah. Just so I can wear this. Okay. Next time I get a chance to, I will put things away. I was about to use a mount. Gosh darn it. Damn, that's smart. Did he have to thump me so hard? I'll be feeling that for the next fortnight at least. Not to be done about it now, though. I've pointed your overeager companions in the right direction, and they've gone on ahead, so we need to get moving. Normally we walk atop the tracks, but seeing as the young lady has a much shorter stride, it's a more perilous route that I'm comfortable suggesting. Wouldn't want anyone falling through the gaps. Yeah, I already kind of did that, and I'm this hefty looking. Of course, the low road presents other dangers, but having been on the receiving end of your friend's blows, I'm not worried on that account. Wait a moment. I think I hear something. Oh, that's something, all right. Run! Gibbering coyote. Uh-oh. Nah. He's in a little bit of trouble. Oh, and by a little bit I mean a lot of trouble. Sorry about that. I'll admit, I didn't expect this route to be quite so fraught with danger. We're nearly to Twine, though, so we should make it without further incident. Good. I like the thought of my character just swaying back and forth as he's riding. I'll do the thing first. Ooh, merchant mender. Town is small, but everything in it seems so purposeful. It's amazing. A testament to man's resilience, that civilization may yet be found at the very edge of the world. Odd to find a place like this still occupied. Must have come dangerously close to being consumed by the flood. True. This is it. Welcome to Twine. Original dwellings were built to house those laborers tasked with building the track. Over time, miners came to seek their fortunes. that's what made the town grow to what you see before you today. But it was still the trolley that brought them here. And you've doubtless noticed the track goes to the very heart of the town. It was the very heart of the town, back when the trolley still carried everyone home at the end of each hard day in the mines. Now there is no trolley, nor much work to be had in the mines, for that matter. The only residents that remain are the destitute, the delusional, and those with nowhere else to go. Or so they say. That should give you some indication of what to expect when you meet Magnus. As I said, it will help you understand why we can't get the trolley running. Just don't expect too much aside from that. Well, that's encouraging, but I don't see that we have much of a choice. Let's go and meet the man. This is Magnus. He's our boss of a faction. Oh, he's deep within his bottles. Who are you supposed to be? Never seen the three of you in my life. Or the floor of you. Look at White. If you're going to bother me, at least have the damn courtesy to stand still. Methinks this one is deep in his cups. These are my guests, Magnus. We ran into them at the mines. They're looking for a way to reach Nabatharong, and so they came to ask about the trolley, you see. What? There's nothing in Nabatharong. Not anymore. Especially not for frail little girls. Give it up. No, we must reach Nabatharong. I must. Blah! So you have your heart set on it. Who doesn't care? The place is a ruin. Nothing more. You're not getting there in the trolley. The thing doesn't run on hopes and dreams. We're not fools. It's necessity that drives us to Nabatharong. If you insist that the trolley is not an option, at least tell us why. No. I'm sick of people asking me about the blasted thing. Leave me be. We'll speak outside. I'd be lying if I said I didn't expect that. But for what it's worth, I'm sorry. Piss off. Frick you too, Magnus. Stubborn arse. Since there's more to this belligerent drunk in his tale. He only said that because he thinks I'm weak. He's right, but I can't be. I won't be forever. There has to be some way. I must find it. Pants! Ophelia remains adrift in the turbulent sea of thought. Oh, I'm sorry. I was stuck in my own head. It's clear that Magnus has no intention of helping us, but perhaps we should ask the other residents? They may know something of the trolley. I'll take the north side of town. Let me know if you learn anything. Thancred, art thou truly content to stand witness to fate's course and take no part? This isn't a matter of fate, Yonjay. It's about choice. I've had years to decide where I stand. Ophelia has spent too long in chains already. I would not shackle her again by making my hopes known. It's for her to choose what shape her destiny will take. It is for me to stay silent, to protect her, teach her, and stand by her. That at least I can do for her. So be it. Come, let us make our own inquiries. Too stubborn! I'm gonna go to the Amaro. We have a Amaro for hire if you're interested. Nah, I'm good. I just want to make sure I can have you have a fast travel point if need be. Never really used them much since we have mounts and can fly after a point, but oh, what do you have for trade? I'm on writing map. Still don't know what these do. I haven't had an opportunity to buy one yet. Hey. Jarek? Oh, there you are. You'll be pleased to know I got our friend back home with no trouble. And he's just fine. Just a bit shaken up is all. And you? What did Magnus have to say? I did have a faint hope that your need might prompt him to action where our interest has not, but I suppose that was foolish of me. I'm sorry that we couldn't be of help, though. I could at least show you the trolley car we have here, if you like. We could give it a stroke or two, as some very smooth wood. Nah, that's okay. You mean to say you're not giving up? Even knowing that Magnus is... Magnus? I don't see much point in being stubborn about it, though. Perhaps stubbornness is exactly what this situation calls for. Can't forge iron without an anvil, after all. Can't imagine that anything you try will work, but if you're certain, you can help me make preparations in the event that it does. To that end, take this toolbox. We're going to inspect the rails. I'll have a look along the tracks for anything that's in need of repair. You bring the tools and be ready to hand them to me whenever I stop to work. Okay. We can do that. Spot looks like it could use a bit of work. Can you ready the tools for me? You open the box, revealing the proud array of lovingly maintained tools within. Brilliant! Now, if you could hand me what I need as I work, that would be a help. In this case, well, this bolt is loose for one matter. Can't have that. I'll need to tighten it. Mid-sized wrench. There you go. Thank you. This one will do nicely. Now, give me one moment, and... There. I don't see any other problems here, so let's continue along the track. Concerned about this lantern post. Would you ready the tools for me? set down the toolbox, the muscles of your arms enjoying profound relief, and open it once again. Quite handy to have around, you know? As to the lamp here, these aren't often necessary these days. But if we're going to do this, we might as well do it properly. If by some miracle the night returns, as it did in Lakeland, well, it's a nice thought. Anyhow, a bit of this post seems to have splintered. Whether its lamp is to be lit or not, we wouldn't want these little pieces of wood jabbing the next person who comes through here to do maintenance. I'll need to sand it down a bit. Gonna sand it down. Rough file. Yes, a wood file's perfect. Let me even this out. That should do it. I'll bring some varnish along next time to finish the job. I haven't spotted any of the problems, so we can move along now. Unless you'd like to take in the view of the tracks from here for a bit longer. It's breathtaking, I know. Mining has always been the primary vocation of the folks in the hills of Amber, you see, but after a certain point, they had dug up everything that could easily be reached and carried back by manpower alone. It was then that the Naboth Empire struck upon the idea of the Talos, which they had seen work abroad. At great expense, the Naboth brought the Mistal engineers who specialized in Talos here to the hills, and when you know it, the mining industry picked up right up again. Twine itself sprung up around that time, as a matter of fact. Pardon me. Twine itself sprung up around that time, as a matter of fact. It was named after the entwining of tales, fruitful cooperation between the native Ronso and the newly come Mistal. But that, like so much else, fell apart in the wake of the flood. The Mistal left, taking their knowledge with them. It was 15 years ago that the last of them, the folks of Daedalus Stoneworks, took off for Yulmore. Now no one remains that can repair and operate the Talos. But there's no use in lamenting what can't be changed. There's one more thing we need to do while we're out here, so we might as well go to it. Vultures occasionally make their nests on the tracks, you see, and it falls to us to remove them when they do. The creatures are angry when disturbed, which is natural, but nevertheless a danger to anyone passing by. It's not my favorite task, to be honest with you. As you may have noticed, I'm not terribly situated for confrontation. That said, would you follow the tracks north and remove any nests you find for me? I'll keep an eye on things from here. Sure, I guess. thank you. That should be everything taken care of. In return for your help, I'll tell you a bit more about the trolley. Nothing can get it started again, though. As I said, the only people who know how to repair the tower are so long gone. When they left, the life began to bleed out of the town. The trolley's tracks rusted, and its cars fell into disrepair. I was born in Twine, raised there. My first word was trolley, damn it. And those were the worst years of my life. But then, about 7 years passed, Magnus and his wife returned to us. Magnus is a real proper trolley engineer. Perhaps he would never have left in the first place if it hadn't been for his son. As you're well aware, Amarong is hardly the safest place, and Magnus wanted his child to grow up anywhere away from its dangers. Didn't help in the end. The Sin-Eaters got the boy. Isn't that always the way? The child had always said that someday he wanted to see Magnus's trolley running again, so in his memory they returned to Twine, started fixing those rusted rails and broken cars, and it was going well for a time. Wicked white vultures? Are they back for revenge? Never mind, I don't want to find out. Nice work out there. And now you know the story of the trolley. Won't do you much good without the Talos, though. There was even a single one that still functioned. Things might be different, but, well, here we are. Oh my god, there's so many quests here. Oh, goodness. Oh. Despite his better judgment, Jarek is considering throwing you a bone. Not that it'll do you any good, but we do have a Talos we've been meaning to repair. I can show you if you'd like. It'd certainly be nice to hear something other than Magnus's griping for a change. Thou art come to examine the Talos. Looks like someone already beat us here, but please, look as much as you like. Truly a most vexing state of affairs. Thought mayhap a closer examination might yield something of value. See, the means to build towers stone by stone are lost to us, 'tis true, but here before us slumbers a most fine specimen. Indeed, were it not for a few minor failings, it would be in working condition. Too likely require not but a few modest repairs and suffusion of aether. But if you think you can get the thing up and running, far be it from me to stop you, but what exactly do you reckon is the problem? I should stress that I have performed only the most cursory of examinations, though such arcane constructs are not wholly unfamiliar to me, as I did suspect from the first as a host to a network of veins through which aether floweth freely. Or so it would, were it not for several fractures which now impede said flow. How in the hells did you get all that from just a glance? Take it you've thought up a solution as well, then? To bridge these fissures requireth a material highly conductive to aether. Once in place, I believe it can be possible to restore the Talos to life. Might I prevail upon thee to acquire that which we require? Not far beyond the walls of twine dwelleth a creature of living stone, the Debitage. Full sure am I that stone from such a being would prove most suitable for our needs. You got it. Very good. I shall have Thancred and Minfilia tend me in the remaining preparations. I spied but 3 obstructions to the flow of aether in the Talos, and thus would I ask you to provide 3 stones for the Debitage. All else would be made ready upon thy arrival, or they return. Alright. Time to beat up Rockman. Oh, there's already just... Oh, I thought that was 3 of them, but that's just 1. Oh, Kate's here, we're good. Wish we had a mage like him around sooner. As you might imagine, we'd have trouble convincing people to come here to help. They either refuse outright or demand payment far beyond anything we could hope to afford. That's why we've made such little progress in repairing the Talos. We've poured out every scrap of paper left behind by Dialda's stoneworks, hoping we might learn how it's done, but there just isn't enough. Thancred and Minfilia will return ere long with the remaining supplies we require. Did thou succeed in procuring stone from the Debitage? Chunk of rock taken from a Debitage. Fine specimens, one and all. Yeah, my thanks. We need now but wait for Thancred and Minfilia's return. From end to end, the paths by which aether may flow through the Talos have been duly mended. They but require a sufficient endowment. It's not moving. Strange. The core refuseth to stir. I fear the condition of this talus is more dire than I had previously surmised. As a heart driveth blood through a man's veins, so doth the core aether throughout this massive frame. Failing its repair or replacement, the talus cannot be restored. So was the heart after all. Thou didst foresee this outcome? Well, no, not exactly. We never gotten this far in trying to repair it, so we had no way knowing the heart was the real problem. We tried to find another in case things turned out as they are now, but... Hey, Lucian. Jerick. Isn't really my story to share. Please, Jerick. If something went wrong, maybe we can help. Alright. After all you lot have done for me, I suppose it's the least I can do. Hope Jarek doesn't get in trouble for telling us what happened. It could be so terrible he'd want to keep it from us. Though the talus yet once for a beating heart, it would appear thine efforts were not for naught. Ooh, weapons. Jarek may come to regret his next decision. Yeah, I can. Do I have room for weapons? I do. That's good at least. Right then. The talus. Their heart cannot be made of just any stone. You need a special sort with sufficient ethereal conductivity, both it and the other materials used in the construction of talus bodies are mined in the same place. That place, of course, being here, the Hills of Amber. It was 3 years ago when she... No, I can't. I'm sorry, but you'll have to hear it from Thafe or someone else. Hey! Back to the tavern, then. Don't suppose Thafe is going to run off too, do you? Terrible tragedy befell him years ago, I wonder. It was all my fault. I never should have persuaded him. Or pressured him. Technically didn't persuade him, just pressured. Still here, eh? Can't ask again, but the answers... You can ask again, but the answer's still the same. Our trolleys are... What? God damn it, Jerk. Jerk? I kept saying his name, but now for whatever reason I'm stumbling over it. Could have at least finished so I wouldn't have to clean up your mess. Seeing how you made such quick progress in fixing that talus and all, he was probably thinking you could help change things around here. And I think he might be right. Gather your friends and I'll tell you what you want to know.
Magnus's wife was a miner, you know. Greatest prospector there ever was. When the golem heart started failing, she was the first to head out in search of more. Problem was, most of the veins ran dry ages ago, and finding fresh ones to tap's only gotten harder. But she wasn't one to be deterred. She just kept digging deeper and deeper. And then the mine collapsed. We labored day and night to clear away the rubble, but it took us 2 months to find her. To find her body. Magnus has never been the same since.
Where is he, if you don't mind my asking?
Ah, yes, well, if he's not here, there's only one other place he'd be.
What? Oh, you again. How many times must I tell you? The trolley won't run! We'd be better off dismantling the damn thing and selling the parts for scrap. Now, piss off back to wherever you came from. And don't let me catch you around here again.
What were their names?
My son was named Scully. My wife, Agna. Being here with them, it beats going home. Home stopped being home when I lost them. I thought to try and drown my sorrows, but somehow, the bottle's never deep enough.
No bottle is. Believe me, I know.
You've lost someone too?
Not like you. Not my own flesh and blood. I grew up an orphan, so I never really knew what family meant. Not until I met a man who offered to take me in and make me his pupil. He was a kindly soul, always looking out for me, like a father. Not that I appreciated that at the time, or anything else for that matter. But I finally had a family. And then I robbed a young girl of hers. I did my best to make amends, to offer her comfort. But the more I look back on it, the more I realize just how inadequate my efforts were. I let her down. That is why I refuse to let her legacy die. In the end, all we can do is press on, for those we have lost, for those we can yet save. And that requires your Talos. Please, Magnus. You are our only hope of reaching Nabarth Areng.
What rubbish.
She's not gone. No matter what you say or believe, she's not. We can still bring her back.
this just sucks. I feel bad for both Minfilias. Alright. I gotta end it here for now. I will pick this back up tomorrow, though. Thank you, everyone, for stopping by and watching. Thanks, Vanilla, for reminding me of the winter event. Thank you. Also, those cups are frickin' adorable. I want them in real life. I hope they eventually come to sell them, because I would love mugs like that. I will take one of each, please. Goodness. Also, Dal, I hope you have a good winter break. Hope it's enjoyable. Hopefully not too stressful. And thank you, Lucian, for stopping by, too. I appreciate it. Thank you. Alright, then. Until next time, I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your evening, rest of your day, whichever it may be. And I'll see you all next time. Bye, everybody.